Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Caleb's Cooking Corner. Today we're going to be making bread dough. This dough you can use to make pretty much anything that's made of dough. You can use it to make pizza, not sour cream, cinnamon rolls, really anything with dough. And we're going to be using 3 cups of water today, 8 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of yeast, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and 1 tablespoon of salt. And we're also going to be using this bowl also because we're possibly going to use it. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting a little bit of our water, like not a lot at all, just enough to cook the bottom of our bowl. And it should be about that much. And then we're also going to be adding we're going to have to add a little bit more water because we have to add our yeast and sugar in here because we're going to be testing the yeast and making sure it's alive, is what people say. And then I'm going to get a fork. And I'm going to stir this around until the yeast is covered. This might take a little bit, but a little bit of patience and just testing. Might test your patience. Okay. Because a lot of times, depending on how old your yeast is, how long it's been there, it'll depend on how easy it goes down in the water. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our salt to our flour, and then we're going to add the rest of our water. Actually, no, we have to mix in the flour with the salt first, because we don't want any clumps of salt. You can use any sort of mixing thing. You can use a whisk, you can use spatula. I prefer to use a fork for this because it can get down there a lot quicker, but you can use it if you like. Then we're going to add our water. Just a little bit first, not in a huge rush. Then we're going to dump the rest in. Okay. Almost done with this. Gotta get it all mixed in. But then one problem with the fork is that it will be a lot quicker for the flour and stuff to get around it. So then it's just a big clump of flour and water and salt. I'll see you once this is all done. Okay guys, so the rest of it isn't, the rest of the flour isn't really going in, but the yeast is like, there's like bubbles all around it, so that means it's still alive. So now we're going to dump the rest of this in. Now, really, so we don't have to go back and do that. So I also switched to this little potato masher thing. It makes it easier because you want to mix in as much as you can, and you want it to be nice. So the fork is good for the start, and then the potato masher is good for the rest. So I'll see you when this is done. Okay, so since the potato masher thing didn't really work, I'm going to have to start getting with my hands and just manually stirring in the flour. You can use the KitchenAid if you would like. I just find when you put in the work with it, it tastes a lot better. So I'm going to keep doing this. Okay, so now I have the dough all mixed in, and now I'm just trying to get it to a nice little ball so that when it rises, it'll rise a lot better. And whenever there's like a little crusty bit, flour. Just kind of like getting 2 fingers and just like poking it until it's like mixed in. So this is what I do right before letting it rise. And it takes a little while to rise. So I'll see you when this is done. Okay, so I just covered the dough in plastic wrap, and now that that's all done, you just have to let it rise for 3 hours at least. But yeah, that's it. But if you do have it, if you put it in like a basket kind of thing, with a lid that keeps it airtight, make sure it's propped up a little bit. I'm just using plastic wrap because air can always get through. Because I've seen videos of people opening it and it just goes all over the ceiling. So make sure to either leave the lid open a bit or just use plastic wrap. So I'll see you in the next video. See ya.